Part 3 of What If Naruto Was OP but Neglected? Let's go! Naruto now starts his somewhat normal academy life, going to each of his classes almost as if he was a regular kid. He wants to graduate as soon as possible though, but Minato doesn't want to let him. Minato thought that Naruto would be a hindrance to the students, and perhaps even a threat if he got out of control. He could hurt them psychologically and physically, and even the teachers. And the council decided that Naruto would be too dangerous to even be kept in the village. Though it was weird since they didn't feel any malicious intent or anything, in fact. They didn't feel anything from Naruto. Not even the faintest, slightest amount of chakra was felt from Naruto. Anyway, Naruto doesn't really have any friends, and his family, well, his family hasn't interacted with him either, especially his big sister Mito, who doesn't trust him and dislikes him. The reason Mito doesn't know that she has a sibling, or even had a sibling, is because it's forbidden. It's a forbidden topic for anyone to talk about. It's seen as a tragedy of the Hidden Leaf, a failure by the 4th Hokage, Minato himself. It was never to be spoken about, especially not in the presence of Mito or Minato. However, even through such discrimination, Naruto kept training in the woods, with his tailed beast and his own self. Naruto was a good student though. He would never interrupt the class. He is smart and powerful as a shinobi too. Almost a perfect student for Iruka. Naruto, after or sometimes even before school, peeped on people's training, and since he could control his chakra output, he was invisible, so he could watch them without them noticing he was even there. He liked to watch the Uchiha boys, Itachi and Shisui, but also Jonin, one of Minato's students, Kakashi Hatake, who for some reason also had the Sharingan, though when he was training or using it at all, it was rather apparent that Kakashi could not use it to its full extent, likely because he doesn't have any training, and, well, he isn't an Uchiha at all. Now nearing the end of the school year, Naruto asked if he could participate in the Genin exams because he's more than ready, and can show the world how powerful he is. The teachers are reluctant, because the last person who passed the Genin exams after only 1 year of the academy life was Itachi Uchiha, a prodigy amongst prodigies, which made everyone believe it's impossible for normal people. The standard was put so high that it was unachievable. Naruto, however, knew he could count on Iruka, and when confronted to the topic, Iruka suddenly agreed. Iruka let it happen because he likes Naruto the most out of his class. Even though no one else does, Iruka kind of likes Naruto, though he has been scared whenever Naruto was training and had a somewhat serious look on his face. Without telling any of the other academy teachers, or the clan heads, or the 4th Hokage, Iruka lets Naruto participate in the Genin exams, but only if he keeps his mouth shut about it and doesn't tell anyone about Iruka's favor and kindness, since Iruka could lose his job and honor as a teacher and shinobi. So, without anyone noticing, Naruto just squishes between all the other classmen and does the exams like normal, just like they would. Naruto passes every exam with perfect scores, but no one knows it was Naruto because he couldn't say his actual name, so he called himself Kurama, and hid his hair since it was one of his notable features that anyone could recognize. The name Kurama came because he was the first one to suggest taking the Genin exams before he was technically allowed to, since the academy was just underneath Naruto. It was way too easy for him, and a waste of time, to be honest. It wasn't even enjoyable after about a week. After the exams are done, the results would be shown on a board in the hallway for everyone to see and how they ranked between each other. Naruto was now seeing himself, an unknown student to everyone else, who took the exams like normal, on the top of the board in the hallway as a perfect student who passed the Genin exams with perfect marks. He walked to his regular class, happier than ever, and smiled at Iruka with her eyes met, giving him a sign. I did it, as promised, and the unspoken words were carried through the air until Iruka noticed and understood. The classroom was more chattery today than ever. Everyone was discussing who the mysterious Kurama could be. Meanwhile, Naruto was happily talking and being congratulated by the tailed beasts, who knew that Naruto could do it easily but were still very proud and supportive of him. After the lesson, Iruka told Naruto all the details to becoming a genin, such as where to meet the following day to get their sensei, and where to get his headband, since nothing was told to him, because no one knew that Naruto was the one taking the exam by the name Kurama. Naruto got his headband as the last one, and on the next day, he made his way to the classroom where each genin team would get their Jonin sensei. Meanwhile, a tailed beast style clone is attending Naruto's regular classes, at least for now. Since Naruto has much more interesting things to do, he's now developing his ninja life, doing something interesting, fun. He couldn't wait. Kurenai would be Naruto's teacher, along with her 2 other students, who, in this story, are Marin, an Uchiha who has already unlocked the Tsutomu Sharingan at the age of 10, and Misu, who is from no shinobi clan, but has proven to have high intellect and battle smarts/strategies. They all meet on Training Ground 12, where Kurenai wants everyone to introduce themselves, so they can get to know each other, but mostly the 2 newly crowned genin are interested in Naruto, who's now under the name of Kurama. They all introduce each other, and when it's Naruto's turn, he basically gives no information about himself. He doesn't explain his clan or heritage, or his goals or strengths and weaknesses. He just says that he's Kurama, and he's almost 7 years old, which surprises the 2 other genin a lot. A 7-year-old being the top of the entire class? Someone who has never even attended their class is at the very top at the age of 7? This couldn't even be true. This had to be a joke. With shocked expressions on their face, they continued. Even the Kurenai was very shocked. Kurenai then explains that the next day they would have one final exam to test their powers, where they would have to land one hit on Kurenai. On the next day, Naruto is the first one there. Then Kurenai arrives, then the other 2 genin arrive at the same time. The mini-exam begins, and Naruto explains that they need to work in a group to achieve the best effectivity. They need to work in a team to pass the exam, since that is the true, one and only goal of this test. The other 2 take Naruto's lead, since they have no reason to distrust him. He seems smart and strong, and seems to know what he's doing, although he is much younger than they thought he would be. Naruto goes in for melee hits with speed that matches that of a high-level Chunin, which greatly surprises Kurenai and catches her off guard. Then Marin, the Uchiha boy, activates his Sharingan to help out, and Misu was shouting out formations, attack pattern, and occasionally fighting along with the 2 melee attackers. And after only 1 minute of fighting, Kurenai is pinned down to the ground, declaring genin team the victors of this test. Kurenai was very surprised at Naruto, not only at his ability to make his team work together and find out the teamwork aspect of this test, but also his incredible taijutsu skills, which is unlike she had ever seen, especially for his age. It could be probably said that it's stronger than Mighty Guy was at his age, and even older than his age. And Mighty Guy is known to be probably the strongest taijutsu fighter in all of the Hidden Leaf villages, since that is his one and only speciality, since he can't actually use any type of chakra at all. His whole life was dedicated to taijutsu. And then there's this kid who seems to be able to outmatch him, or at least might be able to outmatch him once he grows up enough. Kurenai is happy to take her new team on as her students and genin team. They complete many D-ranked missions faster than any other team as new as them could ever do, through teamwork, speed, and precision. After only 1 week and 100 D-ranked missions, they request a higher difficulty of missions, which is granted without even thinking twice about it. Both Minato and Kurenai are very impressed and want to hone that team's skills even further, since that is the team that could become the whole Leaf's strongest team, especially Naruto, who's basically the team captain, the leader. Naruto's team, which is dubbed Team 6, would go on to fight bandits in a small village nearby, which would be their first C-rank mission, only about 10 kilometers or 6 miles away. After a little bit of walking, there would be much more bandits than expected, and they would start to circle them, come out of the bushes and the forest nearby. And now Team 6 decides to also make a circle, but they're facing outside, so that each person got each other's back. At this point, Naruto goes ham, and after defeating 2 bandits, leaves the formation and rushes to every single one of the bandits, knocking one after the other out and leaving Team 6 of Konoha victorious, with many unconscious bodies around them. The whole team is in awe at Naruto's skill. He is almost like a young yellow Flash. He could become the next Hokage if he continues at this rate. Once getting back from their mission and reporting their findings and results of the battles, Minato at this point got very suspicious of who Kurama truly is, since they'd never seen him in the village or anywhere before he joined the academy. Or well, didn't even join the academy, just appeared at the Genin exam, out of practically nowhere. Minato made a deep analysis and met him face to face to find out who this Kurama character truly is, and how he's so powerful and why. Naruto is called into the Hokage's office, and Hiruzen and Minato are sitting there, now beginning to question Naruto. The first few are rather general questions. How old he is, what's his name? Basic questions that they really already knew. But Minato's last question was for Naruto, well, Kurama, to show his hair, which he had previously been hiding, and, well, to show his true chakra and aura, which had been completely invisible, almost as if it didn't exist at all. Naruto didn't know what to do at this point except to follow their request, since, well, there was literally nothing else. He would just be super suspicious. So he did. He first stopped hiding his chakra signature, and the Hokage's jaw dropped. It was Minato's child, Naruto Namikaze. Naruto? Minato asked, a little bit frightened. Thoughts were rushing through his head. How did he become so powerful? How did he become a Genin without anyone knowing? And it wasn't he at the academy literally at the same time? What is even going on? It's me. Your son, Naruto responded. Even though Naruto didn't even see himself as Minato or Kushina's son anymore. After being kicked out of their family and basically the village, and dropped off in the forest of death to die, well, that's not his family anymore. His true family and friends are the tailed beasts, which always have been kind to him, and even saved his life when he was a baby. And they trained him and taught him things that no one else could do. I had to do it. There was no other choice. You are not safe, and you will never be safe around anyone, for anyone. You almost caused permanent psychological damage to your own mother. You're a monster, and I have nothing else to say to you, Minato screamed. Naruto, with one quick leap, jumped out of the window, onto the streets, and seemed to disappear. Naruto took the things important to him from his underground base/bunker, and left some of his clones to keep track of things inside the village. It was no longer safe in the village, for him, or his tailed beasts, and so Naruto left. He left his village, he left Konoha, in search for somewhere better. Somewhere better for him, and somewhere better for Jinchuriki. And the tailed beast, of course. Whilst on his way running through the woods without a clear goal in mind, Matatabi, the second-tailed, talked to Naruto, and said that inside the hidden cloud, there is the second-tailed Jinchuriki, as well as one other, the eight-tailed, Gyuki, the octopus, as some of the other tailed beasts referred to him as. They would both likely welcome Naruto, and even the Raikage, the leader of the hidden cloud, would probably welcome him too, as they're both enemies of Minato. So Naruto was on his way now, and after only about 3 hours, he arrived at the hidden cloud. It was already the late afternoon, and the sun was starting to set, so immediately he rushed over to the Raikage's office, where he was about to finish work for the day, when Naruto popped into the room. Can I please have your help? What the? Who even are you? And how did you get here so fast? What are you? So many questions. Whatever, can I stay at this village for some while? For a time, please? I can even do missions or something if you want, Naruto said. Well, we would appreciate someone doing more missions, but like, who are you? Explain yourself immediately. Okay. I'm Naruto, sadly born to Minato, and when he said that, Raikage flinched. Minato? Nope, relax. I hate him just as much as you do. Actually, he kicked me out of his family, and basically even the clan. Well, he left me to die. He left me outside the village. Not really outside the village, but in the Forest of Death. You're likely familiar. Oh, I see. And what makes you think that you can live here? Well, you have 2 other Jinchuriki, right? What do you mean by other Jinchuriki? Well, I'm a Jinchuriki too. Of the Nine-Tails, since that was the one that Naruto was technically a Jinchuriki of. I see. And you want to live here, huh? Yeah, if that's alright with you. Okay. I'll have to think it over, but for now, you can have a hut. However, it's a little secluded, so I'm sorry for that, but you can sleep there. One of my Anbu will show it to you. Please don't leave the hut, or else we'll get suspicious of you. We'll come pick you up tomorrow morning. See you until then. Goodbye. And with that, their ways parted just as fast as they collided. But that's going to be it for today's episode. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace!